So today we're going to talk about assembling the oboe, how to hold the oboe, and the embouchure for the oboe, and how to play the first note. Alright, so you can't see, but I have my case out like this on the floor so that it is laying flat, and we want to leave the case on the floor like that and not put it on our lap so that we don't drop anything. The first part I'm going to take is the bell. This is the bottom part of the instrument, and it's shaped like a bell, and it has an opening. So I'm going to take that in my left hand, and then I'm going to take this lower joint, and I'm going to hold it right here at the bottom so that I'm putting the least amount of pressure on rods and keys as possible. So I'm going to hold that like this, and I'm going to combine the two in a gentle twisting motion, putting, again, more pressure on the bell than on this lower joint. And I'm going to combine them in a way that this center rod lines up with the brand name. Usually oboes have the brand name down here. Alright, now I'm going to take this upper joint. As you can see, this one has more gentle, or more fragile, I guess, rods and keys. So we want to be really careful with this. This is also important because the upper joint and the lower joint join together with bridges. Bridge rods connect the two joints and help the different keys on each part work in unison. So the way we're going to hold this for connecting it is that a way that we'll raise this bridge joint, and we're going to very carefully twist this on, being careful not to put too much pressure anywhere. We want the bridge keys to line up, and so they're in line there, right here. Okay. So now let's talk about how to hold the oboe. So there is a little rest back here, called the thumb rest, and that's where the right thumb is going to go. And it's going to meet the rest right along this line of the nail and the base line of the nail. So it'll go in like that. And the fleshy part of the thumb will be resting on the body. As for the fingers, the hand will be in a curved shape, so they'll curve around naturally to hit these three circular keys. It's important that the fleshy part of the finger is on these keys because the center key, the E key, has a hole in it, so we need that to be covered completely so that there is no air leaking out. Okay, so that's our right hand. The right pinky will operate these three keys, but it won't always be depressing them. So we'll just have it rest lightly on that closest one, which is our C key. So now for the left hand, you can see this key back here. That's the octave. That's the octave key, and we actually won't use it in the lower octave. So our left thumb will kind of just rest back here and be a support, just kind of like the right thumb. And then we will bring our fingers around in a curved way. And just like on the left hand, or on the right hand, the left fingers should be touching the keys on the fleshy part, especially because all of these have holes in them, so we don't want any air to leak out. We want those to be completely covered. Our left pinky finger will operate these pinky keys, and we're just going to rest it on this G sharp key for now. So one more thing to make sure while we're having our holding position is that the left forefinger does not accidentally come down and hit this key. This is our second octave key. We don't want to use it unless we need to use it. Okay, so now that we have that set up, we're going to talk about the embouchure. I'm going to get my reed out here. I have it in a prescription bottle with some water in it. And I just had it resting on top because you shouldn't have it completely submerged right before you're going to play it. So, get the water out. And what we do to form the embouchure of the oboe is we are going to place the reed in the center of our bottom lip. We're going to yawn open our mouth. So, open it a little bit, very natural and no tension at all. We open it and we put this on the lip. And then we're going to roll the reed into our lip so that the lip goes over the teeth. And so that'll look like this. So the reed goes over the back lip a little bit. Okay. And then after we do that, our top lip will close down over the reed with no tension. We'll still keep that open yawn space in our mouth and in the open cavity of our mouth. But the lips will come over to close. And our top lip won't have any lip muscle over the teeth, but it will have just a little bit of lip over our teeth so that we're not just biting down on the reed with our teeth. Okay, so it'll look like this. And as you can see, the corners of my mouth aren't like this. They're not smiling. They're up front, but they are firm so that no air is going to escape. Alright, so putting our reed in our instrument, we are going to leave about a finger's width of this cork visible. So we can push it in gently. Leave a little pinky's worth of cork. And we're going to try to play a G. So a G is just the three fingers on our left hand, no pinky, but just resting gently over here. And the right hand is just resting down here.